Hello, everyone. I am Alex the Historian. That's just a stage name, not my actual title. I am going to be doing the night mode of Titanic Honor and Glory Demo 401. I already did a daytime mode of First Class a couple days ago, and now today they released a little bit more of the demo. So we're going to be seeing the night mode and a little bit of second class accommodations. Oh no, not even second class. A bit of third class accommodations, stuff that we've never seen on the demos before. So this is going to be really exciting. Um, so I guess I will start by going to explore demo. We're going to do night mode since we did day mode before. They still haven't released all of the second and third class spaces they intended to, but supposedly throughout, I don't know, the course of the month of January, they're going to be releasing more of those spaces, including some extra spaces that they hadn't previously thought of releasing. I heard that they said there was like one or two rooms or something that they originally didn't consider releasing, but will be included just because they have them. So this is going to be really exciting. So we are in the first class entry. Let's see. I think this is B deck. Am I right? Oh, D deck. Okay. Yeah, D deck. Now, I haven't seen this during night mode. This is my first time. And I'm going to be moving as smoothly as I can because of the fact that I've seen some YouTube videos that give people kind of like whiplash. So let me actually back up a little bit. This is kind of cool because I've seen this during the daytime mode. Let me pause the screen here so you can see better. I've seen this during the daytime mode, and it looks beautiful, but with just the incandescent lights illuminating it's absolutely beautiful. Alright, so if you're new to my channel and you don't really know what I do history videos, kind of like mini documentaries of different kinds of ships and steam power and things like that. I'm just really obsessed with, you know, the Victorian and Edwardian eras. So I do that kind of thing. Like I said, I'm not actually a historian, but I thought it was kind of a fun little name to put on my YouTube channel because of what I do. And it kind of stuck after all these years. So, a little bit of lag here, but that's because this room has a lot of detail. And that happens. This game has so much detail. We're gonna start from the top of the ship and work our way to the bottom. Because this is all night mode, and then there's new things to show you guys. So in between what we've already seen during the day mode, we're going to see some new stuff from the night mode. So just a quick peek in the gymnasium. I already did this during the daytime mode, and it looks relatively the same. So I'll just pause here so you can get a good look at the gymnasium. Now, I love the Titanic. I don't know much about it compared to other Titanic fans and stuff like that. So every once in a while, if you hear me reference the Queen Mary, which is another ocean liner, that's because the Queen Mary is what I know. I have done so much research on that ship. Let me position the camera so you can get a good view here. I've done so much research on the Queen Mary, and I make videos about the Queen Mary. I have a whole series on the Queen Mary that continues to grow. And so, yeah, so the Queen Mary is what I know, and quite often I kind of go back to that for reference. Unbelievable. I almost feel like there's more detail in the night mode than in the day mode. I'm looking at that wall back there where Honor and Glory, the sculpture, is, and there's more detail than I noticed. But then again, the daytime, I think, kind of, I don't know the word, is so bright that it makes some of the details a little bit hidden. But we're going to go out onto the boat deck now. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Oh my gosh. You can see like the Milky Way and everything. Oh, by the way, if my nose sounds a little bit plugged up and stuffy, it's not because I'm sick. It's because I woke up like a few minutes ago, and this is what I'm like when I wake up. I'm not even like fully alive yet. Wow, you can't even see where the sky begins and the horizon, where the ocean begins and the sky ends, and vice versa. Like, it's a blurred line. I mean, obviously, you know where the horizon should be, but uh, you can kind of see how difficult it can be when you're out at sea, especially when I heard that when Titanic struck the iceberg, it was a cold night, and there was kind of a optical illusion going on where uh, hot air trapped by a layer of cold air bends the light to make it look like things on the horizon are actually higher up than they should be. Here's the funnels. Oh my gosh, look at those stars. Holy crap. There's a little bit of issues here with the texture, but that's okay because this is a demo, and I've said in the last version, did they extend this? Can I go a little bit farther than I used to? I think I can. I didn't realize that they extended this far. But like I said in a previous video about this ship, this is just a demo. This isn't actually what you're going to be seeing in the game. What you're going to see in the game is going to be better. This is literally... this demo was literally built basically as a reference model. So that way the developers, they kind of like had something to go off of when they built the actual game in Unreal Engine 5. This is in Unreal Engine 4. So if what you see has some detail issues or just a bunch of like weird bugs and things, some of the bugs will be fixed, but other bugs are simply just because a lot of this was never intended to actually be shown to the public. It was just for the developers to reference while they were building the actual game. And they released this as part of like a thank you to all the fans for waiting so long for them to release the game. Alright, so, okay, so we should be near the bow of the ship, so we can go this way and see the bridge. I believe... I forgot. I can't go through this area. So I hear some of the ticking of the clocks and things. I know in Demo 3 they had music. But every time I explore this demo, I don't hear music. Now this is where the Marconi room is. I'm going to show it to you since it's nighttime now. And before I showed it to you during the daytime where that skylight was shining down. I'll pause the screen real quick so you can kind of get a good view of what this looks like. The lighting looks very realistic, and especially with my ray tracing turned off, even though it's less realistic because I have ray tracing turned off, it still looks great. So I'm gonna get a little bit closer to this desk here so you can see the details. Oh my gosh. And it looks so much different in the night mode because everything is entirely illuminated by the lamps. So you get a different, you get light coming in from the different directions than they would have from the sky mode. And in the actual game, you won't just have night and day mode. You can change the time of day to however you please. This is the back room where People told me since last time I did this that this is kind of like a backup generator, but it was designed to alter the current, is what I'm guessing, because the ship was DC, so they alter it to AC, and that's what that generator is for. At least that's my understanding from what people have told me. Um, Again, I'm more of a Queen Mary fanatic. I know more about the Queen Mary than Titanic. But I love learning about Titanic. I started off as a Titanic fan, like many people do. So let's go to the bridge. See, my nose sounds stuffy, but in like an hour it'll clear up. And I wanted to do this game before I had to get to researching another video. Right now I'm working on a video about the Queen Mary's years in World War II. And it might be a multi-part series because of the fact that there's so much story to tell, so much information. We're in the wheelhouse of the bridge. So this is where most of the steering and all of that would have been done. This is something I didn't pause to look at before. These are I guess you would call them the telephone system, the communication system between the bridge and the various places on the ship. In case you weren't here for the daytime mode, the doors that you can go through light up. So if you don't see me going through random doors, it's because they're not lighting up, so I know I can't go through them. But there are some things in this demo that we will see that I didn't touch upon in the daytime version because I didn't even know they were there. So this is the bridge wing. You can kind of see some kind of glow from the bridge wing lights. They're kind of like a type of communication type of light. If you see a green or you see a red from a distance, you know which side of the ship you're looking at. So that's the ocean beyond. Oh, obviously. You don't need me to tell you that. But it's so crazy, the bow of the ship. It's kind of eerie, actually. We're just sitting in the middle of the ocean on a night similar to the night that Titanic had sank. And, you know, it would have been darker outside that night. But the thing is that this is a game, and they do want you to be able to actually see the ship when you look around. So they obviously made the night a little bit brighter than it needs to be, so you can see. Let's see. And here's the other bridge wing. This one would have had the red light, I think, but I don't see the reflection of the red light. The other one had the reflection of the green light. Red light, green light. See, I'm still stuffy. It'll eventually go away. Yeah, so I'm working on a video of the Queen Mary's war years, and later today I gotta get back to that, putting together all my information. Alright, so we're gonna keep going through the ship here. Hopefully see everything there is to see. That's my hope. And in between the stuff that you guys have already seen during the day mode will be the new third class stuff. So here is the elevator motor room. You've already kind of seen a little bit of that. Let me get you kind of a different angle. Now you'll notice that the light changes. Like right here it's really bright, but if I go back over here it's kind of dark. That has to do with the simulated adjustment of the eyes, and it's kind of freaking out every time I go near a light bulb. So there is little issues like that, but I'm telling you guys, those are little issues. The Titanic Honor and Glory team are putting all of their focus into the actual game. So this is just the demo, and like I said, it's made of models and things that not every single one of them was optimized and designed to be seen by the public. They were just designed for the modelers. Of course, there's certain things that were meant to be seen by the public, just not everything. All right, so still can't go out onto the promenade deck, I see, but we can look out there. And I was watching a live stream where they talked about like the lights, like the detail difference between this demo and the actual finished game is like you look at those lights and they're just a simple shape with a light bulb in them. But in the actual game, they showed like pictures. They had like screenshots of the game where like the light fixtures had like so much detail. And then those are going to be all over the ship. So it's like the amount of detail you think you see here, which believe me is great. That's the reading and writing room across the way, by the way. The amount of detail you think you see here, I'll turn around so you can get a view of that, will be like probably 10 times more detailed, probably even more, probably 20 times more detailed in the final game. And I also learned since I did the daytime mode, because obviously people saw me walking around the grand staircase during the daytime mode, and there was some lag and stuff like that. It was pretty bad. The lag was pretty bad. Apparently, again, that's because some of these models were not designed to be optimized for the average person to view. So, yeah, that doesn't light up. I just wanted to double check. So therefore the actual game will be optimized. They've said from the very moment they started in Unreal Engine 5, the game was designed to be optimized. Sorry, we're going through here. You're going to see a lot of lag now because we're going to be going towards the most we're going towards the most detailed rooms on the ship, essentially. This is the reading and writing room. Oh, geez, that was pretty bad light flare. I'm only going to briefly kind of walk through this room because we saw most of it during the daytime mode, and we're going to see it during nighttime. And just like I saw on the Titanic Honor and Glory live stream, this room is certainly one of the brightest rooms on the ship. And again, that makes sense. This is the reading and writing room. You need to be able to see what you're doing. They would have had the... I mean, even the light bulbs and the chandeliers are larger than the light bulbs around the rest of the ship. It's amazing. Alright, now back out. I see some of the doors are closing behind me. Oh, jeez, that was... Alright, now to the crown jewel of the ship. This is my favorite public room on the ship. This is... Let me get a... Here we go. Yeah, this is the main lounge for first class. And you know what's funny? I don't see the little details loading. Last time I did this, we sat here for a second, and you could still see details loading in. I heard that they kind of went back since then and kind of optimized the room a little bit because people were having the same issue. In fact, there isn't nearly as much lag right now as there was when I first did this game. So we're going to get a little bit closer to the chandelier here. It's funny because during the daytime mode, all the jewels and stuff on that chandelier made it hard to see the light bulbs behind it. So I was like, I wonder how many light bulbs are in that thing, but now you can practically count them if you wanted to. But yeah, I'm pointing up at the details at the ceiling and stuff, like the gold. Jeez. And I love the light in this room. So I went to that back corner last time we were here, so I'll go to a different corner. Let's see. We'll go... Well, first we'll stop here to look here. During the daytime, the furniture, the little, like, velvet decorations on the furniture, they cast a shadow. And it's pretty cool. Because, the daylight casts a shadow on itself. So it's really cool looking. Like, the textures look most definitely three-dimensional. I'm going to show you one of the things that they're going to be fixing in the next couple days. This is supposed to be a mirror. What it's actually reflecting is the insides of the ship up and behind me. So that's a bug that they're going to be fixing in the coming days. So don't worry, that's not permanent. The mirrors were working last time I was on this game during the daytime mode. All right, let's see. My nose still hasn't cleared up yet. Now this is heading aft. This is the second grand staircase. Now I did notice a discrepancy between the two staircases. Was that this staircase has a round dome, the other one has an oval dome. And I thought that was really interesting. Hopefully I'll remember when I get to the bottom deck to look up through the gap between the staircase down there. Because I can't look down at it. It doesn't let me. But when we get to the bottom, I'll look up at the dome. And that should look pretty cool. Some of this looks a little bit creepy at night. But I mean, I was literally reading a book yesterday about, like, it was a Queen Mary book. But in the book, the author said, well, any ocean liner looks creepy when it's empty. And I think that's gonna be true. Because a house, when it's empty, is creepy enough. God, this is so beautiful. Oh my god, and the colors of the windows are there. Last time I was here, it was just black and white. Of course, it could have been that the daylight was so bright coming in through the windows that it just blocked out the color, but oh my god, that is absolutely beautiful. People built this. I mean, the real life version and this digital version. Oh my god. Like, I'm admiring, I mean, obviously I'm admiring the architecture that was done in, you know, in the early 1900s, but I'm also admiring the skilled work that was done to model this. Wow. And this is one of the brighter rooms for sure, too. Again, this is the spot where Mr. Andrews was last seen in the movie. Possibly where he was actually last seen in real life, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. What is this? I didn't look over here earlier. Oh, tobacco tins. Maxwell's Mixture. Exquisite tobacco. Don't smoke, kids. It stunts your growth. All right. This is that cafe that Rose and her family were dining in with Mr. Andrews and Mr. Ismay at the beginning of the movie Titanic. I mentioned that because, again, last time I was here during the daytime, I was like, I recognize this room, and I was like, oh yeah, that's where I recognize it from. One of the electric cranes that the Titanic had for loading cargo and stuff. Wow. Now, one of the cool things I'm going to show you guys later is we can actually explore the entire poop deck. I'm going to find my way there. I just don't know how to get there yet. I think it's on C deck. But we can explore the entire poop deck, and then the deck below it has the public rooms for third class, which we get to see too. So we're going to explore that next. This is looking back at the ship. It's funny, some people say that the walking speed on this game is too fast. I thought in Demo 3 it was too slow. In Demo 3 it felt like it took forever to get from one end of the ship to the other. And of course we have sprinting mode. I'll show you sprinting mode. Well, let me turn around and give you guys a good view of this room. I still never got the answer to my question, which was, there's two identical rooms of this. Obviously, we entered through the other one, but one of these is the veranda, the other is like the garden lounge or whatever. But anyway, this is sprinting, so it's pretty fast, so you can kind of get around the ship quickly. And I'll even use it once in a while when we double back on places we've already been, such as this place. I'm gonna sprint back towards the... Haha. God, that looks so creepy, that hallway. It's so dark, but it's beautiful. Creepy, but beautiful in a creepy way. One of the cabins is here. I think this might be Brown's cabin. Father Brown, I think it is. I know that Molly Brown's husband was on the voyage, I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think from Southampton to Cherbourg, and he got off at Cherbourg. I think. I don't know. I heard that her husband was on the voyage for a short period, but obviously he wasn't there for the iceberg strike. What is going on with this glass? I think it's supposed to look like that. Maybe. It looks like there's something outside, like beyond the ship. It could just be the glass. Alright, so... is there anything on this side? Ooh, God. Sorry. Oh, this is Mr. Andrews' cabin. So, this is... his maps and things. His sink. Let me take a drink of my tea. I have some English breakfast tea. I like my English breakfast tea a little bit strong. Possibly because I grew up drinking coffee, so naturally I'm used to like a bold flavored hot beverage. But all right, so now we're going back. So now we're going down to B deck, and I never really got to show like these little seating areas very well last time I was here. It's interesting that they only have like half of the lights turned on, like those over there, but not these here. And I don't know why. I feel like all the lights being on would make the ship look very pretty. Another thing I like about this game is you look down and you can see the fibers in the carpets. I love that. I love it. All right. Now over here, we'll go through the Cafe Parisienne on the way back, but I didn't get to show you guys this last time. I'm sorry, because last time the walls weren't working; they disappeared. So this is the a la carte restaurant. I'll try to do a slow pan, and then I'll pause right here. This is this is the a la carte restaurant, which, as the name implies, you don't have to have like multiple courses here. You can order just what you want a la carte. But they might have had multiple courses if you wanted it. I don't know. But this room was in Demo 3 during daytime, and not all the lights were on, I don't think. But it was beautiful even with some of the lights off. And now I get to see it with all the lights on, no daylight. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at the countertop. Look at the molding trim. Oh my gosh. And you know, the patterns on the wood there, where you can see kind of like the shape of the wood, that they cut it and then they pieced it together in like a pattern. I love that. That you see that a lot with Art Deco furniture. Gosh, I love that. If anybody has authentic Art Deco furniture like that, little coffee table or something, you know, let me know. I might want it, especially if it's a gift for free. I love Art Deco furniture. I'm kind of like an Art Deco style enthusiast. When I get my new apartment, my whole apartment's gonna have all my Art Deco stuff from the 1930s and some of it from the 1940s. This is beautiful. We didn't get to see this last time in the daytime mode because, like I said, all the walls and the ceiling were missing. It was just a little glitch that they had to fix. And I'm glad they fixed it. Again, the mirrors aren't working in this version, but they will fix that bug soon, from my understanding. A look back through the other direction. I like the little gold ribbon that goes down the Greek pillars. I love that. Now it's funny, some people asked me in a live stream, like, what's my favorite ship? And you'd think that because I'm admiring the Titanic so much right now that I'd say Titanic. I think Titanic is beautiful, but my favorite ship is the RMS Queen Mary. Because I love Edwardian style. Believe me, it's a close call because I love Edwardian style like you see on the Titanic. But the Queen Mary, I love Art Deco much more. And the Queen Mary, I think, is a perfect example of true Art Deco style. Here's the Cafe Parisienne at night. You can kind of hear the wind howling. I didn't go all the way back here. So I will... Here's some plates. I can kind of see them shining. It's interesting. I saw plates like these on eBay just last night. Are they White Star Line plates? I didn't realize. Maybe I can acquire one before you guys do, now that I just told you. Yeah. So that is the Cafe Parisienne. Was there anything on this side forward? No. But we can go back. Oof. Wow. I love this hallway because it's so pretty and golden. Admittedly, it's a little dimmer than it was during the daytime. I mean, there was no windows down this hallway, so it's not like oh, the daylight made it brighter. It's like, no, there's no windows down this hallway. So they did something to the lights. I think they dimmed them or something. Maybe they were too bright for accuracy or something. But it was a lot more bright and golden. What are we, B? Okay, yeah, we're B deck. So we're heading aft on B deck. Or are we heading forward? Jeez, I never know the difference. Because I don't know Titanic that well. But there is a room, there is a room on C deck. We'll stop and see. I'm looking for that. There is a closet on one of these decks that you can kind of see where they store things. It's not that important. You can go back and see it on the daytime version. Sorry, clearing my throat while I'm talking. Not a good idea. Oh, right. Okay. All right, this is the auxiliary entrance. I think I said in the daytime mode that Queen Mary has that too. An auxiliary entrance. Maybe I have to stand right in front of it. Come on. There we go. I know that door opens. Alright, so this is the private promenade. I'll pause here so you can get kind of a brief little view of it. Very pretty. And then this is one of the cabins. So I'll pause here so you can kind of see it. There's a scary little face in that heater in the corner. Alright. Electric fireplace over there. I mean, there we go. Good little view of the room. We saw all this in the daytime mode, so I'm just kind of briefly skimming over it. And this was a detail I couldn't see very well in the daytime mode, which was the frosted glass there with the decoration and design in it. Couldn't see that very well because the daytime mode was so bright. This door doesn't open, unfortunately, but I feel like the doors are harder to open with this version. There's nothing down that hallway, so we'll just continue forward. We're at the bottom of the grand staircase here. Let's get a good little look at this cherub guy here. Lovely. I like that you can see the glaze, not glaze, but the enamel that has been applied to the wood to seal it. Alright, so we went to that side. I don't think there were doors to open on this one. There are doors that technically would lead to a private promenade, but oh, there we go. So okay, yeah, here is the private promenade on this side. Ooh, little glitch there. If we try to look out the window, you can kind of see the ocean. Mostly you can see the stars. Really pretty. Wow. There's a little bit of a glitch going on here. Hopefully it doesn't affect the rest of the game. Oh yeah, everything looks fine. Okay. And you know what? I'm not noticing any of the really crazy, wasn't this door open last time I was here? Well, anyway, I don't notice any of the really, like, crazy lagging that I was experiencing the first time. They did say in one of their live streams that they went back and kind of optimized some of it to make it a little easier for people's computers to run. And my computer right now is running this no problem. So, then again, I do have kind of a beefy computer, but not like a gamer's. Okay, now we're going down to C deck. This is what's really cool, because somewhere along C deck is the new areas that we get to see now on C. Oh, but here is the Strauss suite. So before I forget, let's show you guys the Strauss suite. Again, similar hallway. Open the door, and beautiful. Let me pause here so you guys can see. Take a drink of my tea. It's unbelievable how beautiful this is. And the textures on like the chairs and stuff. I love the floors. Do they call that parquet floors, I think? Because of the way it's laced like that with the little pieces. Oh, the red color on that wood. It's my favorite. That's one of the things I love about, like, it's almost like a cherry red color. I love that. The stain on the wood is just beautiful. And you can see where the light shines, like reflects against the panel. You can see that the what do they call that? The grains, the wood grain reflects it differently than the rest of the wood around it. That's a detail. That's a detail that I just don't see just anywhere. At least not me, but. Let's get a little view of that. That's electric fireplace. This is really beautiful, like absolutely. You can hear the clock ticking. Oh, the hands of the clock are black this time. When I was here last time, they were white, and I almost couldn't read the time. Pretty cool. Must have been a little glitch that they were fixing. Pretty neat. This is the next room. Again, this was occupied by Isidore and Ida Strauss. Do I have that right? Isidore? Yeah, pretty sure. Anyway, their last name was Strauss, that's for sure. Wow. Look at that bed. Absolutely beautiful. That was weird. Their sink. The porcelain is kind of acting weird. It looked fine in the last version, but the porcelain's acting a little weird. Here's the toilet. Really dark in here. Jeez. Yeah. This is the one thing about Titanic that kind of bothers me is the bare steel walls. I guess I'll get back to this later, but what I was gonna say is that a lot of people really, they say like, oh, Titanic was the most beautiful ship of the time, and it's like, yeah, where it's at, but when you go to places like this, like the bathrooms and stuff where there's bare steel, like that's where other ships shine more brightly. Can't open that. Like you'll see in the third class areas, like there was someone online who was like, oh, Titanic had better third class accommodations than any ship out there. And I was kind of like, that's not really true. I would argue Mauritania had better third class than Titanic. It was more beautiful, at least. Um, it like Titanic's third class. All right, there's nothing else down this hallway. I mean, there's some rooms like this, but they're not open. You see, so even though the door is open, you can't go inside. But you see Titanic's third class, and it's all bare steel walls, and a lot of the rooms were dormitories or shared rooms. See, it looks like you can go in, but you can't. So yeah, they had a lot of dormitories and shared rooms. And yeah, but on Mauritania had more like private cabins for third class. That's the purser's office. It's closed for the night. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mauritania had more private cabins, and like private cabins had wood paneling for walls, beautiful wood paneling. Did that say Zimmerman? Yeah. But Titanic's had bare steel walls, like, so there's a lot of stuff going around that like Titanic was like the best, most beautiful, most luxurious ship, and it's like, actually, honestly, you could honestly award all those titles to Cunard and Mauritania. The only thing that Titanic really had was size. And I'm not trying to put down Titanic. It's just that, like, my channel focuses on history, and one of the aspects about history that I like to do is to really compare and contrast things, because sometimes people's personal feelings about a ship or a place override the actual logic. So, you know, for instance, with Titanic, people think it was the best ship that existed in 1912, and, you know, but the reality is that there were ships that kind of were better than Titanic, and it's not a bad thing. Titanic was beautiful in its own way. I mean, you can see I'm enjoying it a lot. Oh yeah, I was in this cabin before during the daytime. So I like the carpet. You can kind of see where the fibers have been disturbed. I kind of like that. It's not a uniform color. So yeah, that's the thing, is like, I love Titanic, but there is this thing going on that people think it was the best ship to ever exist in 1912, and I'm just like, it really wasn't. It wouldn't have even been famous at all if it wasn't for the sinking. At the time, Olympic had all of the attention. You know, Olympic was the one that was admired so greatly. There is some extra reflection coming off of other parts of the ship that, I don't know, maybe they'll fix that glitch, I don't know. All right, so we're going to speed run down this hallway. because we don't need to check anything here. There's really not... Well, that's new. Uh, okay. There's not really anything to see. We need to head aft. I'm pretty sure C deck is where the new stuff is. Alright, here's another place that we've already been. This is another first class cabin. I even made an example about this cabin last time. I said, look, this cabin is perfectly respectable. But a lot of people believe that when they think of Titanic, they think of those big, giant, like, Strauss cabins that we were just exploring. But most of Titanic's cabins look like this. It was pretty, you know, it was nice. It was perfectly normal for 1912. But it's not in any way like a palace like you saw in the other cabin. But people, there's like this this thing where people think like all the cabins were like that, you know. Aha, see? The door is open. Here we go. This is new. This was not in the previous daytime version that we explored. So this is the second class promenade, which is partially sheltered. This room here is another second class area, which they will release in the coming days or weeks. It's not ready yet, so you can't look in through the windows and go inside, but eventually you will be able to. It will be available. So yeah, so this is like the second class promenade kind of thing. And then we're going out into the aft well deck. So, see, beautiful stars. Whew. There's so much amazing things to see. You almost forget, like, that, you know, that people built this into the game. Like, oh, I heard we can go up these stairs, but have to stop at the top. But that gives us a view of more second class areas. I believe that room we're looking at is the top of the second class stairwell. This is second class areas here, so. Unless this is the second class promenade, and then this is the third class indoor promenade, but I heard that they already had enough space here. Like, third class could wander this whole well deck and the poop deck above. So, here's what we'll do. We'll go into these third class areas. This area down here is, I heard it's blocked. It's blocked for now, but they will open it up in the coming days or weeks. They'll open it up. So you can actually go down here, it'll be lit up, and you can explore more third-class areas. Because there are some third-class areas down here that were available in Demo 3, and those will be available once again. But this is new. This is the third-class smoking room for Titanic. It looks very similar to Mauritania's third-class smoking room. In fact, I wouldn't even compare the two against each other because they look so similar, they might as well be the same, honestly. It's just that this one is a slightly different shape, and there's some small differences in the, you know, there's the style of chairs and tables and the style of the wood and stuff. The work they did in this room is really beautiful, honestly. Let's get a closer look at this wood here. That reminds me so much of Queen Mary's tiger maple, but I don't know if they would have put tiger maple in a third class area like this. It's a little bit too fancy. Can't open that. I'll pause here to give you a good view. gosh, this English breakfast tea is really good. It's Twinings, because I heard that Twinings is like authentically English. So I was like, well, come on, if you're gonna get a English breakfast tea, you might as well buy a, English brand, It's like sometimes in the United States we have things here that are so fake. And I've had some pretty terrible English breakfast teas that are sold here in the United States, and I wanted to make sure I didn't get a brand that I want to get the authentic English experience. Alright, so this is the third class general room. Sorry I didn't announce it before. This is the third class general room. So it was used as like a multi-purpose room to kind of hang out, do whatever, play board games, play the piano. It was used as like a lounge, essentially. And for third class, it's pretty nice, Not a lot of ships had great third class accommodations. Third class spaces, so. Probably would have been notices and newspapers in here, but very nice. Again, bare steel ceilings, which was all over the ship, honestly. Even in first class areas, lots of bare steel above. Other ships didn't do that. A lot of other ships would try to cover that up. Of course, not every, obviously no ship is perfect. Every ship had issues where it's interesting shaped pillar. Wonder what that is. Oh, I think we can go a little bit up here. I don't believe this area will be available when they open some of the second class areas up, but they did create a barrier, you see there with the chairs. So I think you'll be able to walk out through that little breezeway and walk out here to where the chairs are, but you won't be able to walk over here to where the gate is. I don't think you will. We'll come back through here on our way back, because that's the other side of the indoor promenade. Alright, the poop deck is 100% available for exploring. That sounds weird. But yeah, you can walk anywhere on this deck. And I've seen the live stream where they did it during the daytime, and you could obviously see everything. It was beautiful. But this is what it looks like at night. So if there really was, a moment where there was, Jack and Rose and they met on the stern of the ship, it wouldn't have been brightly lit like we see in the movie. It would have been very dark. And it's funny because, obviously it's a movie. Obviously, they need to brighten it up. But it's funny because, I never noticed, how much light they had to add to the ship just so you could see the various outdoor scenes. That was really weird. In the movie, there was a lamp on this mast, which, now that I think of it, doesn't make sense. There wouldn't be a light on the mast. But it was there so you could see Jack and Rose and stuff doing their acting. And then this is the docking bridge. A lot of ships back then had docking bridges, helped assist them when they were docking the ship into port. You could shout into these. I don't know where these specifically go, but the Queen Mary had a lot of those, especially on the bridge. Looking back at the Titanic, absolutely beautiful. Wow. Let's that's just looking straight out into the ocean. Creepy. And quiet too. It's a little weird how quiet it is, but this is why it's called the docking bridge. They have a helm back here, so they could directly steer the ship while maneuvering it into the dock. They got telegraphs for communicating with the engine room, and then with the bridge, I think. I'm not really sure. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to go lumbering through life like a ignorant ignorant fool. I want to learn things. Let's see. All right, so that was the poop deck. Here's the ventilators for the lower decks. Kind of a cool angle here, seeing the electric cranes and then the funnels of the ship and all that in the background. On the Queen Mary, the poop deck was not accessible like this. It was only for crew. But there was a deck up above, like if you can imagine, there was a deck above the poop deck that you could look down and see the stern of the ship and all that. But yeah. Now, let's go through this side. So we were on the other side of this area. Again, this is like an indoor promenade. It's kind of funny, the Queen Mary had something like this too, for second class. So it was just like this, the same kind of shape, like a horseshoe shape, right? And it wrapped around, this would have, on the Queen Mary, oh, that's loud. On the Queen Mary, this room would have been the second class main lounge. So if we were on the Queen Mary, that's what this room would be, the second class main lounge. And then the promenade would have wrapped around it. Today, they transformed the promenade into an indoor reception area, which they cut open huge parts of the walls to allow people into the second class main lounge from the sides as well as the front. And then even the Queen Mary also had an indoor breezeway just like this to get from one side of the promenade to the other. This is all covered with in Queen Mary, this is all closets and things like that for, you know, the workers. So it's gone. But they had it, just like Titanic. Very cool. And back at the staircase, I always like to kind of maneuver into a nice like view of the staircase. Really, absolutely beautiful. I love, and it kind of sparkles too. I don't know if you see that, but the details are kind of like sparkling. It's beautiful. I don't know if that was intentional or if that's just an artifact of just it being a computer model, but this is the Maids and Valets Saloon. I already explained this in the other walkthrough that the Maids and Valets would obviously hang out here on their break. I have a feeling this side is where the maids hung out, and then this side is where the valets hung out. There would have been less valets than maids, I think. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure because I feel like back then it wouldn't have been socially appropriate for, you know, single ladies to mingle with like single men in enclosed spaces like that. Oh, this is that closet I was looking for. Just linens and stuff. We already saw it in the daytime version. A little bit of lag there. We must be passing a pretty detailed room. Can I go in? Nope, can't go in. In fact, is this C55? Yeah, that's the Strauss suite. So you see we came full circle. I don't remember. Did we go? We did. We did. We came through here. Okay, so now we go down another deck. In fact, I think... Yeah, we looked at the elevators. Sorry if I'm going to give you whiplash. I'm just trying not to go through spaces we already went through. Now we're back to where we entered the ship on D deck. The reception rooms for the first class dining room. There's the grand staircase. Absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. All right, so wow, you can actually see that there is like a stained glass. Jeez. I didn't even know it was stained glass. It was when the light came in, it was just white. Unbelievable. And again, with the actual game, you'll be able to adjust whatever time of day you want to see the ship at. It doesn't have to be exactly daytime, exactly nighttime. It's whatever you want. And that's what I'm excited about. And while this demo represents about 25% of the ship, the actual game, I think they're saying, is 100% of the ship. You can go anywhere you want. Does it matter if it's like every suite on the ship, like every last cabin? You should be able to explore it all. Now, this is interesting. During the daytime, these windows are open. They don't have these shutters up. So I'm wondering, where did the shutters come from? Did they come down from the top? Up from the bottom? Are they made of cloth? No, they're not made of cloth. Look, they've got a border. That means that they're made of wood. But I didn't see these shutters in the daytime version. So where do they... They don't just open out and hit people in the head. Like, someone's going to sit there, you know? Like... Well, that's interesting. The light adjusts when I look down. Look at the detail on the floor. There's, like, smooth spots and rough spots. Because this is, what, linoleum? And that linoleum is just like that. There's odd little smooth spots and odd little rough spots. Which is what makes linoleum have that weird sticky texture when you walk on it. That's the one thing I don't like about linoleum. Is even when you get it super clean, sometimes, especially if it's warm weather, your shoes stick to it. And it makes that sticky sound. And then people think your house is dirty, but it's not. More of the first class dining saloon. Pretty cool. Queen Mary's first class restaurant was huge. It was 2 decks high, seated 805 people, which was more than their capacity for all of their first class diners. That meant instead of having 2 seatings, for instance, to serve all their diners, they could see all of their first class diners at once. And Queen Mary boasted that you could order anything your heart desired and the chef could make it for you. In fact, I was watching a 1956 interview yesterday with a Queen Mary chef. It was filmed in 1956 on the ship. The host asked the chef, "I heard you could cook anything. It doesn't matter what it is." And the chef was like, "Yes, I could." And the guy was like, "Okay, well, let me test you on that." He says, "What about this?" I don't know. He named some kind of dish. It sounded very exotic. It did not sound like something English people eat. And he says, "Can you cook that?" And the chef says, "Yes." And he goes, "I didn't even know you carried the ingredients for that." And he goes, "We do. We carry every ingredient." So it was like, geez, you know, like the Queen Mary. It was like totally cool. Anyway, so this is the first class dining saloon at night. Looks very nice. Now, let's go a little further down into the ship. Or actually, before we do that, we gotta go over this way. Because this is where, like, the mail room is. I don't think any more of these doors have been opened since last time we were here. So I'm not going to bother exploring them, because literally none of them have been opened or anything like that. Here we go. Next level down. There's nothing down here. We saw this last time during the daytime. It's just empty. Oof. Ooh. I don't know why this is so creepy. I mean, it shouldn't be creepy. It's just an empty ship. It's not like they installed like a... Ooh. Oh my god. It scared the crap out of me. Again, I knew it was here. That's the funny thing. Like, I know the squash court was here, and it scared me the last time I was here. But it scared me again. Oh my god. Thankfully I didn't scream, honestly. I probably would have screamed. I'm not even kidding. I probably would have screamed if it had scared me just a little bit more. I went down this way last time. There's nothing to see. It just gets dark and really... Oh. Well, they have the light on here now. Door still doesn't open. Well, last time that light wasn't even on. It was just pitch black, and it was kind of really scary. See, I know they didn't install like a monster or anything in this game. This is the mail room. I didn't exactly go all the way over here last time, so I'll do that. Sorry, it's so shaky. There's the mail. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail. Mail. Of course, I didn't wail, but I should have wailed. I just didn't want to scream into the microphone. People's outgoing mail. They're stamped with stamps. Some of them have King George V on them, which is really cool because I actually own a postcard of the Mauritania from 1911 that has one of the first stamps of that's Olympic in New York. Has one of the first stamps of King George V. Sorry, I didn't mean to sprint right there. This is the lower mail holds. It's literally just this through this whole room. I can hear some of the boilers. And I'm seeing a little bit of artifacts from the ocean beneath us. That shouldn't be visible, but it is. So this is the mailroom. I'm not going to spend too much time in here because I did last time. There's more to see of the ship, so... And of course, I'm doing this whole walkthrough because there's people in my audience who can't play this game for one reason or another. And so this is like one of their only chances to actually like see this game. Like my friend Eric, he would love this game, but I don't think his computer could run this. It's just a little laptop for writing, you know, stuff for school and whatever, but I don't think his laptop could do this, so this would be like his only chance to really see this game unless he were to buy a new computer. So that's part of the reason why I'm doing this so thoroughly, especially. It is much brighter down here than last time. And last time, I mean, you can see there's no portholes, so it's not like there's daytime coming in, you know, daylight flooding this room. It's just brighter overall than it was before. Some of the trunks look pretty cool, like this one. That's a cool little pattern. You know what's missing though? Last time I was in here, there was like a trunk that was glowing blue. Like it was illuminated blue. And I was like, what is that? Some kind of like secret, like, I don't know. Maybe it was like full of like decaying nuclear waste or something. I don't see it anymore, but that was the cargo hold. There would have been several cargo... Oh, we're locked in here. There would have been several levels of cargo holds. But of course, you get a pretty good representation with just 2 levels. So, now, we've explored like all this before. There isn't much to see. This is D deck, so it's kind of lower on the ship. None of the doors are open. So I'm gonna go back the way we came. Where are we? Oh, this is the port side first class entrance. Side note, a lot of people tell me that Queen Mary has only one side. Wait, this is the front of the ship, so that's port, that's starboard. I'm sorry, I forgot what side of the ship I was on. But people always see Queen Mary's. Wait, no, that's port has 4 letters, just like left. So port is on the left. Sorry, that is the port side. Jeez. Yeah, Queen Mary, you enter on the port side. A lot of people don't realize, though, that there is an identical starboard side entrance also. On every level that has an entrance, it has an identical entrance on the other side. People don't know that, but that's because they converted the ship's unused starboard side entrances into other various rooms and things. Now let's go down the next level. I promised you guys a really awesome view. So if we go right here and we look up, we can see all the levels of the grand staircase. That is really cool. That's the dome up there, all the way at the top. What if like this like dark figure suddenly looked down at us from up there? My brain always thinks of scary things like that. I probably would have freaked out and quit the game right there if I saw that. So, but we should be alone. We should be alone on this ship. Now, this is the way into the Scotland Road. Eventually, they will open this door and let us into Scotland Road in the coming weeks. But for now, it is remaining closed. Scotland Road is the access to more third-class areas, more crew areas. So this is the Turkish baths. We saw this last time. It's a little more... Last time it was a little more yellow, I feel like. So now it's more white. Or maybe my eyes have just adjusted and made it... Makes me think it's a little more white. I mean, the light is more white, not the actual tiles and stuff of the room. That's still closed. Here's the dressing rooms. Turkish baths. Queen Mary had Turkish baths. It was located on the same deck as the entrance to the first class swimming pool. Ironically, when the Queen Mary was turned into a hotel, they removed the Turkish baths to turn them into like catering offices or something. And then they went up on main deck to destroy a bunch of original first class cabins to turn them into a spa. And I'm like, you know, a Turkish bath is a spa. Why didn't you just continue using the Turkish baths as a spa? It's still in a convenient area. You can access it by elevator still to this day, essentially, because the entrance is right there on our deck, and it's right across from the first class dining room, so it's in a reasonable area. It's easy to get to, is what I'm saying. And right outside the ship is a gangway that leads to a wheelchair accessible elevator. So the Turkish baths were already in a prime spot. You cannot get to the spa if you are in a wheelchair right now today. The spa is on main deck. There is no way to get there by wheelchair today. I don't understand the logic. It's like, why didn't you just keep the Turkish baths? Oh, by the way, we explored this room last time. That's the creepy dead guy that's in the electric bath. The electric bath, again, for those who don't know, is essentially like a tanning bed full of light bulbs. But instead of tanning, you're there to bathe in the glory of electric lights, because people thought electric lamps had therapeutic properties to it, but they don't really. Here, these are, I think these are like saunas, if I got that correctly. They're kind of like saunas. So you go inside and they get all steamy, and then you start to feel a little steamy. Then the atmosphere gets a little steamy, and then you know where it goes from there. All right, now this is the first class swimming pool. Oh, they got the water texture working. Last time I was here, it looked like it was empty. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh my gosh. Shall we take a dip? Splash. How tall am I? Still pretty tall. I'm over 6 feet. Because if my eye level is like right there. Sorry, you guys don't want to see that. You guys want to see the pool. Let's crouch. Oh, we don't go low enough into the water. I thought we could see under it. That's a beautiful water texture, though. It looks like, I mean, if the water was extremely disturbed, like with air or something, like a blast of air coming down from a vent or something, then that looks like what the water would look like. Very cool. That's beautiful. Nice, beautiful blue color. I don't know if it would have had a blue color, though. It probably would have been more green, to be honest. This would have been a saltwater pool coming straight from the ocean, except they would have filtered it, obviously, to get bacteria and crap out. But it would have been a saltwater pool from the ocean. It might have been, the water would have probably been more green, if anything. And the tiles inside the pool are white, so it wouldn't have been this blue, I don't think. But if you guys know something that I don't know, then let me know. This is inside one of the dressing rooms. All you get is a little bench. Not even a mirror, just a little bench, a hook, and that's it. Those are portholes that obviously show outside. During the daytime, this room gets some nice daylight. We've seen it. These are, you know, showering off to get the salt water off. And here's a view of the pool. Very nice. Titanic was among the first ships to have a swimming pool. Not the first, but among the first. Some of these doors, my God. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. For a second there, my brain couldn't distinguish that that was, wasn't actually going to hit me in the head. Oh, look at the floor. It's got like a pebbly texture. I never noticed that. Can I go through here? Let me in. What does that say? Wed? Like Walter Elias Disney? Alright, now I didn't take a look at this last time I was here. And I see why. I don't know what that is. These doors don't open. I mean, I could try. Yeah, they don't light up. You'd know. You'd know if a door opens. It would light up or something. Or something. It would make itself known. Alright, so this is one thing I didn't check out last time, but that's because I'm pretty sure it doesn't open. It just says storage. Yeah. I didn't think so. This doesn't lead anywhere that we can go. It's all... Oh, I thought that door was open. The shadow just played tricks on my mind. Hey, my nose is cleared up. I don't know if you noticed that. I don't sound as nasally. Right as I say that, I sound nasally. Electric panel. Again, that's the way to Scotland Road. In the coming days, it will be reopened. This is more areas that I don't think lead to anywhere. All the doors are closed. But it gives access to the elevators. This, I believe... I mean, this is E-Deck, right? Yeah, yeah. This is as far down as the elevators go. Now, what's interesting is in the movie Titanic, you remember that Rose comes down to E-Deck. It's flooded, and she comes out through the middle elevator. The guy's like, I'm going back up. I'm going back up. And she goes down this way, and this wall isn't even there. She just goes straight down like a corridor. Now that's interesting, because on the other side of that wall would be like Scotland Road. But Scotland Road doesn't continue straight like it shows in the movie. It actually crosses over the area. Like, so Scotland Road goes lengthwise that way and that way, but not straight. That's interesting. Again, it's a movie. I understand. It's not going to be 100% historically accurate. I just thought that was interesting. Unless they mirrored it in the movie. So this is probably what she saw, but it was mirrored. So the camera was actually positioned like here, looking that way, but then they mirrored it to look that way? But then why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just keep the accuracy and make it look that way? I don't understand. I don't understand. Do you understand? I don't understand. Alright, so let me think if there's anywhere I forgot to take us. Did we not? Is there something that we missed? There is. There is. I'm going to take us there real quick. I'm sorry if I give you whiplash or something, or, make you sick. There is one last area. Oh, shoot. What deck is it on? Is it this deck? Vroom. Oh. No. No, it's not. There is a bathroom that, in version 1.2 of Demo 401, they opened up the bathroom. And I didn't get to see it last time because the version I had was 1.1, and they didn't have the bathroom open. Let me see if it's on this side of the ship. Sorry, we're gonna speed through the ship right now. I want to see if it's there. Because that's the one place we didn't get to really visit. Oh, no, this is the second class. Promenade area. We've already been here. And we explored the poop deck too, right? So, yeah, none of those doors are open. Gentlemen. Alright, maybe it's the next deck. Down. Or up. Oh, here's another space that we saw in the daytime version, but not the nighttime version. Again, the mirrors are acting a bit wonky, but they'll fix that. This is the barbershop. Again, I showed it in the daytime version. Really cool for being just a model. Queen Mary had similar barbershops. They had a barbershop for each class, for first, second, and third class. They also had a salon, a beauty salon, for first, second, and third class. What deck is this? C deck? Okay. Go up to B. B, good. We already went through there. Here's the other reception room on the other side. Excuse me. Hiccup. Other side. Push through the doors. I'm going forward on the ship because I'm trying to find those bathrooms. I can picture it in my head. It looks almost like a service corridor. Ooh. That's closed. Okay. Another deck up? No, because that's... No, yeah, maybe. Maybe. A deck. Ooh. Oh, yep, there we go. Yep, it's got to be down here. Aha. We made it, you guys. Bathrooms. Public restrooms. That sound you hear is either from the funnel casing exhausting the boiler's smoke and exhausts, or it is from the steam-powered heaters that are in the various rooms. These are the urinals. Is that like just a trough down there? Not even. Where do they... You pee against them, but then where do they drain? Just there? I guess that is. Oh, creepy. So, 2 urinals. These are the toilets. What is going on with this? Oh my god, this wood is like on fire. Like cinders. Okay. Here's a toilet. Cloudy, murky water. It might have been salt water, to be honest, so that probably might explain it. Oh. Special notice to passengers. It is respectfully requested that passengers refrain from throwing into the pan any substance likely to choke the pipe or prevent a proper flow of water. Otherwise, serious discomfort to the passengers themselves may be caused, and the closet rendered both disagreeable and useless. Passengers are earnestly desired to flush the pan before leaving. It's pretty cool. I like that. I gotta say that again. Before it becomes disagreeable or useless. Yes. I know what disagreeable means, but today that meaning kind of makes it sound like you are having an argument with the toilet. Oh, here's more spaces I didn't show you for the night mode. There's no furniture here, but we can admire the beautiful carpets. We can't see out the windows because we're too short. Oh, well, we can kind of see out the windows. That's the forecastle deck on the front of the ship, the bow. And then there's an identical room on the other side. Told you, identical. So, yeah. I'm gonna get out of this area because it's so loud. Well, what we'll do is I'll take you... Well, we've already been there. That's the first class main lounge. Should we end at the main lounge or the staircase? We ended at the main lounge the first time. We'll end at the staircase this time, looking down at it. We'll be like one of the people who's waiting for Rose to arrive. We'll be, that's what we'll be. We'll be one of the first people to wait for Rose to arrive to kiss Leonardo DiCaprio at the very end of the movie. I feel like I can't see enough of the room from that angle. Oh, that's better. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out the videos on my channel. I do some really amazing documentary-style videos on different ocean liners, especially the Queen Mary, and some Disneyland rides as well. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you all have a happy New Year, because this is New Year's Day. So, see you all later. Bye-bye.